Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm going to call in Archangel Michael to cleanse this space, to clear out all negative and lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, home and hearts, placing the white light of protection on us with his blue seal. And today, guys, we're going to be doing a couple different things. We're going to be reading out of my workbook for Letting Go, the Pathway to Surrender, a practical implementation guide to David R. Hawkins' book, which is the Letting Go book, which is the yellow book that I read. And so this is like shadow work, and then I'm going to give you some Reiki afterwards. And we are still learning about grief. So if you're somebody who has struggled with loss, especially recently with everything that happened, I'm so sorry for your loss. And this can help with it. So if you want to grab a piece of paper and a pen, that would be very beneficial. So we're going over the key lessons of grief, and click below if you want to learn more about other ones that we have learned about in the playlist below. So it states, number 3, preventing prolonged grieving. Recognize the indicators of prolonged or difficult grieving and take proactive measures to avoid it. Recognize that unresolved sadness may cause physical and emotional problems. Engaging in healthy coping methods such as seeking professional assistance, such as a counselor, doctor, if needed, and establish a supportive atmosphere in aiding the healing process. Also, holistic things such as Reiki, such as acupuncture, such as hypnosis. If you feel like you didn't get clarity on things before you lost the person and you need to resolve them, those are great ways to also deal with it, besides going to therapy and talking about it. Talking about it is a very key factor. It gets it out. But then you're left with a lot still in the subconscious. That's where things like Reiki and acupuncture and hypnosis can help with it. And journaling, journaling is really beneficial. Discover meanings and purpose of the midst of sadness, utilizing it as a springboard for personal growth. So now we're going to move on to some self-reflection questions in regards to it. It says, consider how you manage loss and sadness. What self-care practices or tactics have you found to be beneficial during a time of bereavement? How can you emphasize self-compassion and support during grieving? Well, I just lost a baby the day after my birthday, which my birthday is February 12th. So February 13th of 2023, I had a miscarriage after trying to have a baby for 10 years. So it was very devastating. I was angry. I got an 11-week therapy course that was offered to me by the hospital that had done they took care of things for me when I lost the baby. And I went to it every week. It was online. I was also in a group setting as well, which was separate from it. And something I really did was just journal about it. I would scream about it. I wrote a letter to the baby. I made a place in my garden. I bought some things for the baby, so that way I can go out and visit. I also planted a beautiful hydrangea flower that changes colors, which I love. That will be a perennial that will come up every year, so I can really kind of, give my gratitude and love for the baby. So those were things I found to be beneficial. Screaming in a pillow really helps to release that anger and that frustration that you have from all that loss. Number 3, is there anything that suggests your grieving may be a lengthy or complicated? How can you take a proactive actions to avoid proactive grieving if required, and seek assistance or professional help? Well, professional help, nothing is going to change getting professional help. I'm somebody who has a master's in psychology. I worked with trauma victims for 5 years, and I can tell you this much. If you do not at least try therapy, then you know, you might not necessarily like the therapist that you're going to, so make sure it's somebody you like. But once you find somebody you really like, it's so therapeutic to be able to talk freely without even having to worry to have that judgment, and also to worry about if they're going to tell other people things. You have ultimately trust that you can just tell the person whatever you need to have. The first baby I lost in 2013, I had a miscarriage. I didn't know that I carried that pain and anger for about 5 years, and I got into therapy, and he told me that I was struggling with PTSD from that loss, and I had never even comprehended it or put it together. So really kind of just like understanding, have your actions changed since the loss? How have they changed? Do you feel angry? And kind of like maybe even reading some self-help books, as well as journaling, is really going to be beneficial, and just surrendering it to God and asking him to step in and to help you with that process. That's key, and, you know, up there with number one right there is surrendering it to God and asking him to help with it. Once you do that, things will go a lot easier. You'll get guided in the right direction on who can help you. So I hope this helps. I love you all. And if you are struggling with that, I'm sorry. And I'm going to give you some quick Reiki. I forgot that I was going to give you some Reiki. Say yes if you want to consent to it. Physical. It's for emotional. It's for distance Reiki. All right. Love you all. Hope this helps. Have a blessed day. Namaste.